We call this HD because she always makes things crystal clear for us. And so let's start, Heather, as the college football season gets underway with the Heisman race. Where do we have our eyes as the season gets ready to start?
We have our eyes on two quarterbacks, Alabama's Bryce Young, who won it last year, Ohio State's C.J. Stroud. And to me, it's absolutely ridiculous that people don't think Young can win it again just because you don't usually win it 2 years in a row. But I like C.J. Stroud because he led the FBS in total QBR last year, and he's going to be back with so many playmakers around him. And he's going to be playing in one of the most important non-conference games of the season against Notre Dame. And this game matters because, according to ESPN's FPI, Notre Dame is favored to win all of its games except for Ohio State and Clemson. No two-loss team has ever made the playoff. That could be an elimination game.
So that's a critical matchup here. We're starting to show that one here. Let's talk about that. I'm not sure all college football fans have grasped that. Notre Dame, Ohio State, September 3rd.
That's right. And Ohio State has the best chance of any team in the country to reach the college football playoff. Notre Dame is 5th. That's a very painful place to be in a 4-team playoff at 19%. They win that game, and this is an entirely different conversation for the Irish. But speaking of the Irish, Marcus Freeman is one of 3 new head coaches at big-time programs. So I was there this spring, had a chance to talk to him. The players are really believing in what he's selling there, really buying in, but he's got a lot of work to do. Dude's a first-time head coach. And then we also have Lincoln Riley at USC, and he made a phenomenal use of the transfer portal, including Caleb Williams. There are high expectations, and there should be. And then finally, Brian Kelly at LSU. People are wondering if he's going to fit in there. Greeny, if you win, you fit. I don't care what phony accent you're kind of throwing out there, but the deal's going to be done if they can win some games and get back to the playoffs.
The most noteworthy thing, and we brought in our favorite LSU alum here. We have so many on this program. I can't choose favorites, but RC is certainly amongst them. With that, Brian Kelly, the expectations maybe not quite as high for him in year 1 at LSU. Is that reasonable, or are those fighting words?
Yeah, no, we don't fight down here, Greeny. We're a peaceful people. All we want to do is eat crawfish and gumbo and have a good time. I met with Brian Kelly for about an hour his first week here. He gave me a call and we sat down and we talked about his vision for the kids as people and as humans. And here's the reason why we didn't talk about his vision for football. We grow football players, Greeny. We birth them. Dudes down here start playing football when they come out of the womb. Patrick Peterson and Tyrann Mathieu couldn't even hold a bottle when they could hold a football. That is what we do. Brian Kelly has already started to recruit tremendously. I don't care if he got a fake accent. I don't care if he got an accent from Boston, Massachusetts. I don't care what it is. People want to wear purple and gold. Here's the other thing. Brian Kelly can actually coach football. He's proven every school he's been, whether it's Cincy, Notre Dame, he understands the game and he can win. He's going to at some point have the most talented team he's ever had in this building. And here's my final thing. The last 2 coaches to coach at LSU won national championships. One of them was so terrible when he was at LSU, it got him fired from his current job. The other one was so bad, he got fired just for incompetence. I think we're going to be all right with winning games with Brian Kelly.
Well, and I think that's the point of it. I don't know how quickly it happens, Heather, but I do agree with him. At Notre Dame, look, it is a historically great program, but right now I think at LSU, the recruiting is probably easier. The competition level is what it is. You got Alabama sitting there and Georgia now and the rest of it, but I think there is reason to think he will have his most talented teams down there pretty quickly.
But how quickly? I think what Marcus Freeman has at Notre Dame was a much more seamless transition. I go back to some of the players that Lincoln Riley got at USC. And guys, we can't forget that LSU had a Title IX investigation. There were so many off-field issues that Brian Kelly walked into that he had to clean up. We talked about them. I said, how real was that on your first day of the job? He said, oh, it was real. Our university president came in and said, made it very clear, this has to be a new era at LSU. So you take those off-field things, plus the time it takes to recruit those players, and I think he's a couple steps behind those other guys.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.